Welcome to Dan's Diary, week 33 of the house build and the 448 subscribers that we've got. We lost one this week, so that's a shame. It's not good when you lose your members. I've got pretty good progress to show you this week. I'm not going to babble on like I normally do. I'm going to go straight down to it. So this is what happened this week. Monday afternoon, that's been done. All that's been done. He's finished all that. That painter's now going to rub it down and smooth it. And then Ronnie on this side is putting the lines on that he needs to be able to do that section of the wall. These guys are digging me a trench for that rainwater pipe, which will go along here, out through the wall and onto the pavement stroke road area. You can do that over here. And I don't know where we saw up to the end of the week, but that's been concreted and finished. Pathway up to there. Oh, while we're out here, that's the status of the front wall. Cracking on. Now that must be the 5th coat of paint on that ceiling, and that guy's just getting rid of some cracks. So this room will be ready for the floor tiles, probably tomorrow or Wednesday. And we've got this side wall all smoothed off, ready for a touch of paint. He's been working hard on that, getting it perfect. I guess the next bit he'll do is round that door. Okay, moving on. The concrete has been prepared for that pipe, and he's now put the pipe in, sealed it. The concrete over the pipe. By the end of today, that'll all be ready. Well, on a Tuesday, what do we got? We've got the painter just smoothing down that bit of wall there. If you remember, that was not smoothed. Well, it now is. He's had his one coat. And I think the same's happening over there. So that's looking nice, isn't it? We've had a little stairway built. So Joy's got one at the end and one about halfway. So she hasn't got to walk far to get up to her little fruit garden. Once that's all painted and whatever, I'm sure we'll have some leftover floor tiles we can put on there, and that one over there. I'm sure it'll look quite nice. Well done, Joel. Don't know whether I showed you that, but there's the column that's had the conduit installed inside it, ready for the CCTV camera at the front. I might remind the guys about the other one as well down the far end a bit later on today. And you saw them digging a hole for the drain pipe at the front. Well, it's now underground as far as there. All they've got to do is continue it on from there over to there, which they'll do later. And those guys there are just installing the drain pipes for the raised second story roof, or 1.5 story roof. And while we're talking about concrete, there's the concrete to the rainwater pipe, which probably comes out down here somewhere, does it? Yes, there it is. And they've left me a little square section there. Well, it's got 4 sides, hasn't it? So I can plant some kind of a bush. The external lights have arrived, surface mounted, there they are. Black squares. And they will go on the soffits. Not the soffits to these, they are recessed ones, but I think I told you before, they'll go up there and up there. They'll go on everything that's high. So they've arrived. The electrician was supposed to start those this morning, but he's a bit late, so maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow. What day is it today? Wednesday. And there's the bit of the old wall. There's the Sparky trying to kill himself. Hope he doesn't mark my wall with that ladder. The painters won't be best pleased if he does. Right, that drain pipe there comes down the wall into the ground and then shoots off to there, and it will connect to the previous drain pipe which we saw yesterday, and then it'll go off to the front. So that's what's going to happen there. The electrician, and I can't blame him at all, has just said putting that one up there without a proper scaffold access is a bit dodgy, so he's going to leave that one until Joel puts him up a proper scaffold. There's my lights all in place. Got another one? Yeah, they're all over the place. Another one round the corner. There's another one. Yeah, there's the lights. 1, 2, 3. One above my head, 4. One there, 5. I think my choice of black was an inspired choice. Right, well you can see Ronnie's finished that one. So he's moved on to other things. One of which is replacing the tiles by that shelf. So that looks relatively nice, doesn't it? Just need a little bit of skim on that shelf and it should look, and paint, it should look all right. Right, the electrician has just put that one up there, and that one is behind the rainwater pipe. So he's just going to move it a little bit to the right. Then he's got one there, and then he's got one there. So hopefully he can do all of those later on today. Here he is going up, risking life and limb for me. It's very nice of him. I can't watch anymore. Right, here's my friend, what he's doing. He's shifting all of this rubbish, this soil by hand. And he's going to do that bit as well. And he's going to put it at the back. Which, as you can see, he started to do. He started to backfill it up to get it level. Every little helps. Okay, these tiles here, you've seen them being laid. They're the ones for the kids' bedroom. This tile, very nice looking. Let me hold the camera still, there you go. That's going in the guest bedroom. It was going to be our bedroom, but we changed it, didn't we? That's a guest. And then this one, which has got a kind of a roughy texture to it. The other two are smooth, but that's got a kind of a roughy texture to it. That one is going, let me get this right, in our bedroom upstairs. That's for certain. It was going in the man cave, but I'm going to try, or rather I've asked Joel and Joel said I can't see a problem. This tile here, the wood look tile, random laying pattern style, will continue on into the man cave because I quite like these tiles. So maybe I'll get them to just continue on. Oh, outside on this fine sunny day, that orange conduit is for the, let me get this right, electricity supply that goes into the house. That yellow conduit is for the CCTV going from the gate into the house. Then there will be another orange conduit that runs from that wall down here down there. That will be for the internet connection. And then there's a CCTV camera going in either that column or that column. We don't know which yet. So there'll be another conduit that runs from there. Where will that go? Down here and into that room there. There are conduits everywhere. So what I've got to do is mark them, mark the place where they are, so I don't plant a bush or a tree straight over it and all the roots go and destroy it. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to put a couple of sticks in the ground with a bit of rope or string between them, just to identify what's underground. Makes sense. There's no. We're going to do the same with the services, but they're, to be honest with you, they're almost underneath this pathway, and there's going to be no trees here anyway. Watering the path so we can put the sand on top, and then maybe we'll start laying the concrete a bit later on today. Time will tell.
This is Spencer epoxy primer.
Epoxy primer.
Gray.
Grey epoxy primer. Now the reason we're having grey epoxy primer is because the paint... Joel, can you stand in the sun a minute? Because the paint that we're putting over it is going to be the colour of Joel's shirt. I don't know whether you can see that. It's kind of a dark blue colour. So that'll be on the doors, skirting and door frames. It'll look very nice. Right, I've risked life and limb getting down the back of my garden to give you a video of this painter. Hello, good morning to you, my friend. He's just giving the walls as best he can, a little bit of a smooth. We painted them, well, we sealed them. There's going over them, just trying to make them look vaguely okay from a distance of, what would you call that, 40 foot? And then we'll give them another paint, final colour. So this guy's doing a great job. Thank you very much, Mr. Painter. Right, the foreman there is knocking off the surplus concrete, so the above canopy is the same width as the window width. We don't want them any wider than that. That would be an architectural disaster. So he's just chipping them off, and then we'll grind those rebars down, give it a lick of cement or concrete, smooth it off, and then paint over it. There you go. That's the attention to detail we've got around this place. And just standing here, you can see there's one black light been installed. There's one to go up there, one's done there, one to do there, two up the top, one above the balcony. There's one or two left to do. There's some recessed ones. There's two recessed ones underneath the balcony, and there's two recessed, might even be three at the front. But the Sparky's done his eye in. It got something in it yesterday, so he's having the day off. But he'll be back tomorrow. And funnily enough, the tiler, the new tiler that was supposed to start, he's done his eye in as well. So There's like a pandemic of eye injuries around here. Hope they get better soon anyway. Nothing so bad as getting an eye injury because you haven't got a spare one. So all that wall's been, we've got to smooth off the outside of that yet, haven't we? Smooth off the outside of that and paint it. That one's up to the right height. That first column there, and the second one should have the CCTV camera on it, pointing that way. And you've got the house comes into view here. That guy there, he's just making good the garage ceiling reveal. There's a little, what would you call it, a canopy that sticks out there. Okay, so that's the progress as of Friday morning. Well done, Joel. Well, what does this fine Saturday bring us? Well, it brings us good weather for a start. Better than the UK, where some of the football matches are being called off because of frozen pitches. Only hope the Derby game goes ahead. That's a good 3 points for us. Mind you, the other teams in the league, they up at the top, they could win as well, so we'd just be standing still. So we've got to just hope that they lose. But I think all 4 teams will get 3 points each, so we're just standing water at the minute. What's not standing water is these painters here. Well, we'll start with this guy here. So he's rubbing it all down, getting it smooth, filling any shrinkage cracks. Look at him, even rubbing the top down. What a star. My friend here is giving everything a second coat. So we had the sealant coat put on. Now he goes over with that. Then we're going to choose the final coat colour. It's probably, I don't know what colour it's going to be. We've cast that column. You can see my conduit sticking out. That's in case we put the CCTV camera there. And that's got a conduit sticking out in case we put the CC camera there. It could go on either one. I think they're going to be doing the casting of that column today. Now this is getting exciting, this section down here, isn't it? I'll show you the road bit first. So most of that's been cleared now. There's still some work to do, but it doesn't matter, we'll get around to it, don't worry. This gentleman here is still carrying on removing the formation level, getting it down to what we want. You see that block there? That's the level that we want it to be. We'll get rid of that and then we'll put a ramp up here, concrete of course. Then we'll level all this so it's a nice slope. We've got the foreman here putting me up a little, what would you call it? I'm not going to say retaining wall, but I suppose it is in a way, isn't it? But he's putting me up a little wall here between the driveway and the garden. It's only going up to the height of that string there. So it's, yeah, I don't know, it's just aesthetics really, isn't it? All the pipes and that's just a hand basin, isn't it? That's all that is. Hand basin and the shower outlet. So that's going to shoot off down there somewhere. probably going to connect up with the one that goes out there. And we had a bit of a brainwave as well. Rather than have all this water going through the wall, through the wall somewhere here, because you don't want it before the entrance, otherwise this will get wet. So if we have it coming through the wall somewhere here, rather than it run down, because this is going to be concreted, rather than having it run down there and annoy my neighbour, if we put a planter box, well, we'll have a planter box there anyway, but if we have another planter in the soil somewhere here, then the water from the shower, I know it'll have soap in it, but too bad, from the shower, the sink and the hand basin will come down here and it'll water the plants that we plant here. So it'll be automatic watering in the summer from the sink and the hand basin. Suggestions in the comments please. Will the soap in the hand basin and the shower hurt the plants? I don't think it will. Not if I put the water far enough away from the plants. So there you go. That's my plan for that. So that will stop annoying the neighbours. It won't go all the way down there. All this will be concreted with a couple of planters. That'll have a slight slope in it, and there'll be a planter the other side of that lamppost, and then from there to the end it'll be concreted as well. There you go. That's the outside for you. Here's one of my masons putting the render on that little section of wall so it all blends in. I reckon that'll be finished by today as well. Speed these guys go at. So progress this week has been pretty good, hasn't it? Painting, tiling, earthworks, deco stones, electrician. Yeah, very impressed. Well, I never thought I'd see this day, but it's got no rubbish, it's got no materials. Well, when I say rubbish, it's got no piles of rubbish, so it's spread about all over the place. There's no materials, there's no scaffolding, there's no water drilling rig, there's no bushes, there's no piles of soil. So all we have to do now, would you believe, all we have to do now is level it, well, get rid of all the plastic and the rubbish, level it, then we can start, then we can water it, and then we can start to plant some big items like trees and bushes. The grass we can leave till later. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Oh, I think we sprung a leak. That pressure's quite good actually. That's probably why it sprung a leak. That's the pressure in the ground. So that's probably why it sprung a leak. I'm glad the weakest point's there and not inside the house. And the pressure inside the tank is 30. Now, what this pressure means in the ground, I showed you earlier on, which is nearly 50, means that the water table has risen inside the pipe that goes in the ground and has compressed the air, and that's the pressure that you get. So the higher the water table, higher the water pressure. That tells you if you're running low, if your water table's dropped, etc, etc. I suppose when it gets a bit high, you've got a relief valve there, you can let it go. But at the moment, we're going to have to get that fixed, aren't we? Well, I'm inside and I'm stunned and amazed that they've finally got that filled in. So, me decorators can crack on with that ceiling now, can't they? We had a bit of a revised plan for that ceiling. As you know, there was going to be a ceiling that went across here. I was going to, across there, from here going across, and I was going to use it for storage. Well, I'm not sure I am anymore now. So we'll have this full ceiling going all the way across. It'll have 5 lights on both sides. And then when you come into here, and you're in the Enjoy's TV area, you'll have a nice high ceiling. It'll be nice and open as well. So that's the plan. I can have a picture there or something. So that's the plan. We're not going to have the ceiling. Saved a bit of money for Joel. Oh, and we've filled in that gap as well. So painters can crack on with that. Get that all looking nice. It would appear yesterday we did all the door frames, so they're ready for their covering coat. Well, as of Saturday morning, all of these tiles in the front bedroom, one of the kids' bedrooms, has been laid. So I think after he's finished these, he could well go into the other bedroom and just do the bits and bobs that are left around the corners, meaning that we have a clean start on Monday for the big visitor's bedroom. So I think both of these two might be finished by the end of today, fingers crossed. I've just spent the best part of an hour trying to match these patterns up, and there's no way the tile goes like that. There's no way the tile goes like that. Or if it does, that's the weirdest tile layout I've ever seen. So there's some that have got a pattern to it in the middle, and there's some which haven't. So I'm at a loss because I can't see where these would slot into there. I've tried every permutation, so I don't know. I think these might have to go back. I mean, it's not my fault the tiles are crap. And there's no drawing that shows you, or there's nothing on the back of the tiles that tells you what order they go in. Shame, but there you go. Okay. Okay, so what we got is we need 4 packs of those to finish the 2 bedrooms to go around the edges, because of course you can only use the edges, the middle bits thrown away. So 4 packs of those, all the rest can go back except 1 pack which we'll keep for spares. This one, which is there's like a hint of green in there, we will put in the guest bedroom, because Joy's not too happy about those tiles because they're a bit raised, so she doesn't want them in our bedroom. So They can go in the guest bedroom. The guest bedroom will never get used anyway, and I think they look pretty damn nice, particularly when the wall's painted. One of the walls is painted with a highlight green to match that. These tiles, although they look nice, they've got to go back because they're you can't match the pattern, so they're going back. So that's the update on the tiling. Oh, almost. Ronnie's now done all of that, and he's going to put those in and those in later today, hopefully. Now, an hour later or so, and he's finished that ramp wall. Just the right height for Joy to smack into it. Yes, I can see that taking some damage. And it looks like he's put his string up, bent the rebars across, so I think that's going to get concreted this afternoon. So my final video for the week. He's cracking on with that. What time is it? 11 o'clock on a Saturday. So he's preparing that, and our friend the painter there has put the first coat of grey all the way down there to where he is working. So he's going to crack on with that. Smoothed off. It looks quite smooth, that does, doesn't it? By the time I've got a couple of plants growing up it, a trellis or two fixed to the wall, it'll look quite pleasant. Maybe a solar powered light. Okay, that's enough for the day. Back to the office and Dan Thompson. Well, that was good, wasn't it? Right, me and Joy are just going down to the shop to ask about the tiles, make sure we can send the old ones back, and to see if we can find some nice ones for the master bedroom. Otherwise we won't have any tiling to do after we've done the guest bedroom. What else have I got to tell you? Nothing. It was a great week. No bloopers. I'm not even going to put it in. It was a bit silly. So I wish you all a great week. I wish you all health, wealth and happiness, and may your God go with you. I look forward to seeing you next week, so keep smiling. Oh, I might have some news before next week's video comes out, so make sure you've hit that the button that gives you notifications, because I might be dropping a separate video on something else that might happen in the week, if you see what I mean. If you're not interested, don't press the button that gives you notifications. Have a great time, everybody, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Like and share.
Yeah, like and share. 33 and 448. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. Hello and welcome to Dan Thompson's. Oh, that's a good start, isn't it?